Hi everyone, it's Thursday evening about 5:50 and this is your closing comment for today, Thursday the 15th, and it is video number 470. And we'd really appreciate the support. If you like the work, hit that like button and support us by subscribing to the channel. It doesn't cost a thing. Okay, so today was kind of an interesting day. We started down very hard and came all the way back to close basically unchanged or close to that. We had a great deal of news this morning. We had the claims number since it's Thursday, and initial claims were up 53,000 at 898,000. And while that is below that magic million, it is still a very high rate for a week in, week out new initial claims. Continuing claims were down a little at 10,018,000. Philly Fed was strong. The number came in at 32.3 versus 15 expected. Empire State was higher. Import and export prices were higher. And so that kind of negated a lot of what had gone on overnight in the futures and really buoyed the market up. The Dow closed down only 1980 or 0.7% after being down about 319. The NASDAQ was a little soft, down 54.86 or about 0.5%, but in point of fact, that one too was down about 200. The S&P was down only 533, and on the upside, we had the Russell, which was the leader today, excuse me, up 1753 or just over 1%, and the transports bringing up the rear, also up on the day, up 0.8% at up 101.34. And tomorrow we actually have earnings on JBHT, JB Hunt, which is a member of that index, also Schlumberger, and continuing financials with BNY Mellon. Today's numbers, today's stocks that reported either late last night or this morning were basically unchanged. When I made this morning's recording, Walgreens was basically up about $0.50, and it actually came up and closed 37.64, up $1.73, 4.8%. Also, Morgan Stanley, which was unchanged this morning with a beat top and bottom, managed to eke out a gain at 51.33. That was up 68 cents or 1.3%. And Chuck Schwab really had the best day of those market stocks, the financials. Schwab closed 39.03, up $1.91 or 5.2%. What didn't do quite as well was Wells Fargo, which again got caught with employees doing things they shouldn't have, and they fired 100 of them for fraudulently taking out SBA loans when the PPP was in just started. It closed down 27 cents, but it has come down from basically 25.75 to 22.98. So they've been hurting that. Also, UAL, which missed top and bottom and reported a decline in service revenue of just 78%. The stock closed 34.25, down $1.36 or 3.8%. Fastly, which I mentioned last night, the cloud service company that whose biggest client was TikTok and has really gotten hurt here. The stock last night had traded as low as 86. Today it went a little further, and when it bounced back, it could only make it to 87.19, down 35.99 or 29%. Also, Vertex, which stopped a trial of a protein deficiency treatment, got pounded. 217.93, down 53.59 or just under 20%. And DraftKings, which in the last 10 days has gone from its all-time high just over 64 to close today 45.51, down 205 or just over 4%. But the stock is down 24% in the last 10 trading days. So there's more going on there. The SEC, not the financial SEC, but the Southeast Conference, has a bunch of COVID issues, as does the NFL continuing to spread. And so a lot of fantasy players are not making bets because there's nothing to bet on. Okay, the oil was down a dime, neither here nor there. The gold, which was down, closed up $1.60, not much there. The silver was actually down. Bitcoin was up 185 at 11,595. I still think that's going back above 12,500. And as you can see on the screen, the dollar was higher by almost a half a buck, which is a pretty substantial move. Now, I've been mentioning this, and I'm going to give us a little more chart to look at. I've been mentioning this bottom, the rally up, coming right back down to support, and starting up. So today we closed pretty close to the high. As a matter of fact, almost on the high. And I'll show you that. Closed up here. There's a little bit of resistance in here at the 94 range, but as you can see, we closed 93.86. We could possibly be higher. This is the 100-day moving average, but the other moving averages, the 5, the 20, and the 50, were trading above those, and they look to be curving up. So we may get a little bit more of a move. What we're playing it for is the TBT, which is the bonds, and the TBT is the 20-year, and the 20-year basically short the bonds, long interest rates. And that one, we played this a couple of weeks ago, and basically when it broke down here, we were short. We actually got short that day and sold out 4 days later. But given a little bit more chart here, you can see we got right up into that same area, and we closed almost on the low of the day and down on the day. So we're using, as I said, the TBT calls. And for people who are interested, I'd really like to offer you the opportunity to get involved with futures. I have an excellent trader in mind, and we'd be happy to talk about it with you. And I think that the easiest way for you to get to me is to send an email to CAM, Charles Apple Mary, at Money Info, all one word, exactly the way it sounds, MONEYINFO dash LLC.com. And I'll be happy to set up a call, and we can talk about it and see, because futures are trading basically 23 hours a day, 5 days a week, including Sunday. And while they are not for the faint of heart terribly, there are ways that they definitely work even better than options, because they basically don't expire. If the price stays the same, you just pay a commission. In any event, try and get to me, and I will arrange for a conversation with my trader, and we can see if you want to be involved. All right, everyone. I'll be back first thing in the morning, and hope everyone had a good day. Take it easy, and don't forget to subscribe.